Good morning, Dan and Kerry. This really is a situation that I have not ever seen before up here, and because of the difficulties in communication right now, I'm taking these earpieces out, and I won't be able to hear you until I put them back in. But I've counted just here on the south side of the state capitol about 4 major trees. In fact, if you just take a look, Taylor, if you'll show us, this is one of the major trees that has just toppled over here on the state capitol grounds, and you can see branches that have come off of these trees. It is just truly, as we described before, a hurricane kind of setting. Follow me back around if you would, Taylor, and we'll get a little bit more of a shot. Up here to the east, even more trees that have come down here at the state capitol, and these are big, grand oak trees that have been planted years and years and years ago. Already, as I went around the state capitol, I could see that there are crews already starting to clean up. They're out with chainsaws and clearing the area, but there is so much damage on Capitol Hill right now. Just coming up to the Capitol, there was a tree down in the street, a big, huge tree that had come down, was blocking most of the street. I was able to get around it. But as you can tell, some of these trees fared much better than the others as the hurricane force winds upwards of 85 miles an hour that came through this area. Dave was just talking about it, and the wind advisory is, of course, out in effect until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But here at the state capitol, the interesting thing is that the traffic is very light. People are listening and gratefully taking the advice of the authorities and staying home. Traffic is light coming up through the Salt Lake Valley this morning, but those high-profile vehicles are the ones that, of course, we want to keep off the road right now, as this high wind warning has been in effect and will remain in effect at least through the rest of this day. Dan and Kerry, I'm going to go ahead and stick my earpieces back in, and hopefully I'll be able to hear you along with everybody else.
Yeah, stick it in your ear there, Bob, and then we'll talk to you and ask you. It looks like nobody's really getting to the cleanup there at the state capitol anyway. I guess are they just waiting until maybe this is all over with and then start with what they've got?
Well, actually, Dan, as I went around sorry, there's a delay here. As I went around the state capitol, there is a crew already on the north side that is cutting up the trees with chainsaws and starting to clean up. But you're right, as far as getting lots of people out here to clean things up, because the wind is expected to remain very heavy throughout the rest of this day. It would make sense for them to wait until the wind has done its damage before they come back out. But just here, let me come over here. Follow me over here, Taylor, if you would. I'm going to walk over to where these trees are, and maybe Taylor, if you want to bring the camera over here, or I don't know if you've got enough cable, but this is just oh, my goodness gracious. If you can. Forgive the bouncing pictures, but this really is incredible. Go ahead, Taylor. Go down there if you would, and I'll just clear this cable for you. This really is something else, you guys, to see this kind of damage here. Major branches coming down off of these trees above us. Oh, my gosh. And you can see here, this tree just completely uprooted in this area. No telling how old these trees were. But I'll tell you what, it truly is devastating. Look at this tree up here and how this major branch came down. This whole tree just split in half. Here you can tell right here. But I'll tell you what, guys, this is not something that happens very often, but boy, when it happens, it's really something.
Yeah, just amazing that after all these years, this is what brings down these massive trees out there. Kind of sad to see them go.
I know, I'm surprised too at all the people.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I grew up around trees in the Northwest, and you come to love them. And when they topple like this, it's really heartbreaking, especially
Yeah.
when we get so many of them like they have up here at the state capitol. It's all around the Capitol grounds that these trees have come down. Gratefully, many of them weathered just fine, but some of these big, beautiful ones, they'll be cut up, and that'll be that.